So we're at Ploy's farm, or Ploy's mum and dad's farm as well, and they're fishing, getting the fish out the lake, or the shared lake if you like, before they start sucking the water out and going onto the plants. Now that little lake that we just seen there is a shared lake between two people, and for those people who follow my channel, we actually sort of built another lake for Ploy's mum and dad. Because water in Korat is like gold dust, so although he's taken the fish out of there because they're going to drain the water and put the water on the fields, and this is the pipe that goes up towards the field over here, and this is going to be potatoes, 3 potatoes and a bit of sugar cane. So this is all Ploy's mum and dad's fields or farms. It's about 32 rye altogether, and this is the lake that we built for them. I'll put some pictures up of the early days when it was built. But as I say, this is a big massive lake, very deep, and its total is about 1 rye for the size of the lake. And we've got all sorts of mango trees and fruit trees and all sorts of things, because where you've got water you can have good crops. So sadly what some people do here, because if you have a look, it's quite remote here, and there's quite a few fish in this lake. So what people come and do, they come down here and they put electrodes in the water and stun the fish and catch the fish. Now Ploy's dad's caught them a couple of times stealing the fish, so he's told them, you know, stop it and don't do it again, otherwise he'll call the police. But sort of in the temptations when there's, listen, you know, just look around behind me, there's one little house type of thing in the whole of this area. It's about 10 minutes drive away from Ploy's mum and dad's house to get to here in the first place anyway. So it happens. So people steal a fish from the lake, but when all's said and done, Ploy's mum and dad, we have 2 lakes now, because we've got one small lake at the back of the house, and we also have this other big lake. And wow, this does make a big difference as far as the quality of the crops are concerned, because like as I say, water is like gold dust. And there we have a little shaded area which is I'm going to sit, because it's absolutely red hot here in the farm. I take my hat off to anybody who has to work in these hot conditions. As you can see, it's all sugar cane that's growing up there, them like rough looking grass, that'll be ploughed over and that'll be rice fields. And maybe just see where that blue pipe goes, and that's sort of the boundary of Ploy's mum and dad's farm. So it's quite a big area. But Ploy's mum and dad work very hard. So I'm in the shaded area because it's red hot, and Ploy's mum and dad are working on the farm, and Ploy's come down to help for an hour or two, and I'm just gonna sit and chill and relax in the shadows here. But yeah, farm life over here is very hard and very difficult. As I say, these people that work in the sun all day, I did it for one day, picking tomatoes or carrying tomatoes in a box down the furrows, and it nearly killed me, because I was in the sun all day, and all the people that were working were over 60-year-old, and at the time I was just under 60, I was 59, and I thought, picking tomatoes, not really much trouble picking tomatoes, and well, putting them in a box and walking down and putting them in another box, wow, you know. But I wouldn't give up, and I did it for all day, and boy was I glad when the day finished. And the photographs are all put on here. The people that I work with, and all over 60. 3 of them were ladies, and I felt embarrassed the fact that I couldn't keep up with these Thai people working all day. Only did it the once, will never ever do it again. So I take my hat off to all those Thai people that actually have to work in the sun all day, because it's not an easy thing to do. So this is what having water can do. This is the water supply to the crops, going to the sugar cane and going over to the sweet potatoes, and off each one of these there is a little pipe which is full of little holes which permeates the water through, and it helps water these crops. As you can see, water is like gold dust over here. It is absolutely, it just makes the crops grow a lot better. And up in Korat, as I say, because of the burning season, you can see there's mountains in the background, but there's also a bit of a haze, so the pollution around here isn't very good whatsoever because of the people burning the sugar cane. Once it's been harvested, it just creates a lot of pollution. But all the fields around it here full of crops. It's very, very good for growing things.